Hello everybody, how's it going? It's me, Krendor, and welcome back to Krendor Talks in front of a shitty green screen. Today, we're talking about the Scourge of Ghyran, which is going to be the new Age of Sigmar season. I'm excited for it. I'm pumped. I'm ready for this new season because this past season was okay, but I think it definitely needs some help. This is actually my first video I've made in a while, so some people are probably like, did Krendor quit Warhammer? Like, what's going on? But I've mainly been playing 40k. I'm not gonna lie. Like, whenever me and my gaming group get together, we usually just play 40k for the past couple months. We've either played 40k or like board games. Like, we haven't really played much Sigmar, and it's because the last few times we played Sigmar, everyone was just like not really having fun. It was just because everyone's spamming endless spells. The list building was just kind of whatever. Like, you just reinforce a big block of high wound models, and it's like, here's my block of 40 wounds. Like, very fun. Can't wait to deal with that. And then the battle tactics are kind of okay. Like, everything's just felt, I don't know. And then it just feels very indexy still. You know what I mean? Like, everything still feels like an index. And I think that's part of the problem is we'd get these Battletomes coming out, right? Like, ooh, here comes the Iron Jaws, here comes the Gits and all this stuff. And it would just feel like nothing changed. I was like, isn't the point of the tomes? Like, we get new spell lore, we get new heroic traits, we get like monstrous traits, we get like crazy war scrolls that are, you know, making the units better and more revamped from wherever they were with the index. And it just felt like it was either the same as the index, and sometimes it felt even worse than the index. It was like, I'd rather just keep playing with the index rules than the actual book rules that they gave us, right? So it's a lot, right? And so I've mainly just been playing 40k, stuff like that. And now we've been getting the Scourge of Ghyran, which has been really fun to read like every day. In fact, me and my game group every day, they'll be like, dude, you see new rules for this army or this army? Sometimes I don't care. For example, I didn't care about Slaves of the Darkness, really. I didn't really care about Daughters of Cain, but my friend plays Daughters of Cain. He was like, I'm loving this. Or I saw Seraphon, obviously. Deepkin, you know, we got Tzeentch. There's been a whole bunch of them, right? And what's nice is they also give you a little glimpse into the new season. So we've seen things like battle tactics, which look interesting. I'm still skeptical, but I do think the battle tactics need a shakeup, so I'm fine with it. We've seen like different, there's gonna be different battle plans. I think they showed or talked about a couple of them, right? And then just, you know, all the different things that's going to be happening. So I'm hoping that list building is one of those things that also gets a lot of restructuring, because I really do think it needs some help. And then obviously things like endless spells and stuff. So one of the nice things I've seen so far is monstrous traits are returning. Now, we actually had a debate in our little group chat about whether or not you can take a monstrous trait as well as a heroic trait, because there's like some rule currently where it's like you can only have one trait, and there's some wording or something where it makes it feel like it's either a heroic trait or a monstrous trait. And then they made it, oh, I know it. They made it so you can now, if you have leftover points, pay to get like another trait or upgrade a trait. It sounds like you can upgrade traits and stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works. But until we actually see the new rule book, like, nobody really knows, right? We're kind of basing this off the old rules. So I'm hoping that you can pay to take additional traits. I think that would be really cool, really fun for world building, list building. I've been working on my book and stuff like that. I got world building on the brain. Because like monstrous traits were one of those things in last edition where it was really fun. Like, you would get a heroic trait and artifact, and then you'd be like, ooh, a monstrous trait, right? You can help make your monsters better. And I don't mind if you have to pick between a heroic and a monstrous trait, because a lot of times the heroic traits aren't like amazing or anything. Sometimes there, it depends. But it's like, that's part of the fun of adding monsters into the game, is being able to give them a monstrous trait and kind of give them that bonus. So even if you have to pay like an extra 50 points, the same way when you build a list in 40k, you can pay for enhancements, right? And so I think that would be a cool way to do it. You have to pay to get these bonus traits, but at least you're able to get them. And then you add that customizability into the game, because the monstrous traits here for Seraphon, what I'm looking at, are really good. We have add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by this unit's companion weapons, which is phenomenal. Because you can also pair that up with the asterism that's I believe crit 2 hits for your companion weapons, so you're pumping out hits at that point. And then the other big thing they've done is they've redone a lot of war scrolls, which I think is phenomenal, because these war scrolls feel like what the Battletomes should have done. Like, the funniest part to me was the Iron Jaws, right, had their tome come out, and it was straight up like, the Gorgruntas suck now. Sorry. Everyone's like, what? And now they come out with this update for Scourge of Ghyran, and they're like, actually, here you go. The Gorgruntas are actually really good if you want to play with this profile. And it's like, I'm definitely going to play with this profile. Since I'm not hitting on 5s in this one. Like, oh my god. So it seems like they at least know that there's an issue, and they're striving to correct it. And I think this is a phenomenal way of correcting it. Like, we're in the era of constantly being online, right? So if you have the ability to just redo an entire war scroll and be like, hey guys, here's the war scroll, like, just do it. You know, and like, it doesn't have to get reprinted in a book. You don't have to do all this stuff. It's just like, go look at the app, go look online. There it is, right? And sure, they can still sell the book, and you can make it so like, oh, you need the book to get the updated war scrolls and stuff like that. But, you know, you can just print it out and put it into your book, and there you go. Like, I think people would much rather have better war scrolls and rules that they could constantly update than have just, you know, once every couple years, here's your book, hope it's good, right? And so I'm really hoping they continue to do that, because the new source, Old Blood on Carnosaur, is way better than any other Carnosaur they've put out there. And it actually synergizes with other units. Like, it's great. So I'm really hoping they do this with a lot more units, because a lot more units could use the help. A lot more units. My other, this isn't really related to Scourge of Ghyran. This is more of like a battle tactic new season thing. What I really want from the battle tactics, and I wanted this from the previous ones, is the ability to choose battle tactics that can tie into your list building, right? Right now, it feels like the list building has to tie into the battle tactics, because they'll be like, here's the tactics. You have to, you know, get a unit to an opponent's terrain feature. And it's like, well, I have to take something that teleports or has deep strike or just gets there, and that's that. And so by them doing that, they're almost restricting the list building, because you might build a list and be like, I didn't put something that teleports in, so I guess I gotta take something out, right? And I would rather that the battle tactics have numerous different options on how to play, and then you can pick them and tailor your list around that, right? So you could have battle tactics that tie more into cavalry. You could have battle tactics that tie more into monsters. You could have ones that tie more into infantry, or like whatever, right? Just options to play different ways and still score points and play efficiently. Now, with that being said, you already know for a fact there's going to be an ideal whatever. There always is, right? People be like, this battle tactic's the best because these units are the best and you run this. There's always going to be a meta. There's always going to be something that everyone wants to run. But it's still nice to have the option of being able to play a different way and still play effectively, right? It's like anything, like MOBA games where you have the best heroes and the worst heroes. And, you know, in this game, there's the best armies, the worst armies. But a lot of that ties into how many points you can score, how many objectives you can capture and hold, like all these different things. And so I'm holding out hope that that is promising, but we'll see. So aside from that, like Scourge of Ghyran has been just, I think, looking really promising, really fun. Again, I love that they keep adding in more and more just rules for armies now. Like, this feels like a bonus index update almost. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's getting more heroic traits. They're getting more like artifacts. They're getting things like monstrous traits. They're getting new spell lore. We've seen some new spell lores, which I feel like everybody should have at least 2 spell lores if they have a if they have like at least 2 or 3 wizards, they should have like 2 or 3 spell lores, or at least 2 spell lores. You don't have to have 3. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. And so yeah, I've been enjoying this. We'll see. It's probably gonna come out in, I guess, a couple months, because that's usually, I think July is usually when the new season and stuff hits. So we'll see. But until then, I'll keep checking the updates and hoping for some fun stuff. Because I mean, the other nice part, they updated the wolves for the gits to actually have rend now. So that's pretty nice. Or you can give them rend. So that's cool. I'm trying to just look here. We had who else was here? They only have the latest 6 on this website. My friend was really excited about Tzeentch. Oh yeah, I don't think they've done Nurgle yet, and they haven't done ogres, dude. I'm excited for Nurgle. That'll be fun. Lumineth, that's right. Lumineth, I think, is supposed to be tomorrow. I play cow only Lumineth, so I hope it ties into the cows in some way. I really hope ogres get something for the big monster truck ogres, the frost lords. That would be nice, because that's pretty much all I play for them. Sylvaneth is still to come. That should be fun. I like Sylvaneth a lot. I play them. So, and then there's a few other ones, but overall, I'm excited, man. So we'll see how it goes. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below, and we'll see if I can, make some more videos over here and show you that I'm still around. Don't worry. I'm still playing Warhammer. So thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Okay? Okay. See you.